So this is actually an encore edition of the class that I taught, which is over now. It's Europe through film, and this mini semester course was focused on the theme of women at work in the 21st century European cinema. And tonight's film, HIVE, was the Republic of Kosovo's first and only submission for Academy Award consideration. It was shortlisted, but unfortunately did not make the final nominations. It was made completely in Kosovo with international financing. And I have a QR code here. I'll be coming back to this at the end, but this has some extra material. You don't have to shoot it now, but if you want to get your phone ready, and if that's of interest, it'll be back later on. So here's a shot of the beaming filmmakers after they had achieved success at the Zurich International Film Festival in October 2021. On the left is Yllka Gashi, an actor who was born and raised in Kosovo during the war years, and aside from her film and theater performances, is known as a human rights activist. On the right is Birta Basholi, the writer and director of HIVE, and in the center is Fahrije, the real-life person that Gashi portrays in the film. Birta Basholi was born in Kosovo in 1983. During 2006 to 2011, she made several short films, one of which, Lena and Me, won festival awards. In 2008, she studied at the New York University Graduate Film Program. The story of HIVE is based on true events, with the usual artistic license. It details the struggles of Fahrije to maintain her economic livelihood and personal integrity in the aftermath of the devastating fighting in Kosovo in the late 1990s. All the while, she continues to search for her husband, who went off to war and was never seen again. The film is a personal story, but it's also a snapshot of Kosovo during its difficult recovery from war and transition to an independent republic. The film is a richer experience for us Westerners if we are aware of the historical and cultural events leading up to the film's setting. So here's a very brief thumbnail sketch, very schematic, to give you the backstory. Today, the Republic of Kosovo is a Central Balkan nation with a population of 1.8 million. Its capital is the ancient city of Pristina. A few days ago, I heard a commentator say that if you ask a Ukrainian about how the war with Russia began, they will usually start, well, back in the 4th century. And that's actually pretty much the situation with Kosovo. It began, along with what is now Ukraine, as part of the realm of Dardania. By the 15th century, the territory had been absorbed into the Ottoman Empire. And you can see right there, Kosovo. There's my river. It flows quietly. And until 1912, the region was part of the Ottoman Empire and shared by what's now Albania, North Macedonia, Montenegro, and Serbia. Following World War I, Kosovo was contested territory and occupied variously by Serbia, Albania, Austria-Hungary, and Bulgaria. It became part of the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes in December of 1918, after 1929, known as Yugoslavia. For a while in the 1930s, Kosovo was considered to be part of Albania, a protectorate of Nazi Germany and under the control of Italy. After World War II, Kosovo was designated as an autonomous region and then a province inside Serbia, which was inside Yugoslavia. Like the other Yugoslav countries of Croatia, Montenegro, Slovenia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Macedonia, everything was under the dictator Joseph Tito. Throughout the 20th century, ethnic Albanians and Serbs were in conflict. By the 1990s, Kosovo was about 80% Albanian and 20% Serbian, but under the control of Serbia. In an officially unrecognized referendum held in 1990, the Kosovars voted overwhelmingly to secede from Serbia and Yugoslavia. Serbian President Milosevic sent Yugoslav military units to Kosovo, dissolved the province's assembly, and closed the schools teaching in the Albanian language. The Kosovo Liberation Army, KLA, was formed in 1996. This guerrilla group resisted Serbia, Yugoslavia, and was centered in the village of Kršne Mlade, population 7,000. In 1998-99, the Kosovo War broke out. The Kosovo Albanians were the victims of a program of ethnic cleansing by Yugoslavian and Serbian troops. The hostilities were followed by a United Nations interim mission. Before then, 1 million Albanians were displaced and 11,000 were killed. And you'll see some vestiges of the United Nations era in the film tonight. Kosovo declared its independence from Serbia in 2008, which was, of course, contested by Serbia and its ally Russia. Independence still is not recognized by countries within the Russian sphere of influence. In addition, Greece has said it will never recognize Kosovo as an independent nation. In 2015, the European Union brokered a somewhat normalized relationship between the Kosovars and its Serb minority, but there's still conflict under the surface. The languages spoken in Kosovo are Albanian, 95%, and Serbian, 5%. Albanian is the language of the film. The Constitution guarantees an officially free and secular government. The population is 95.6% Muslim, 2.2% Roman Catholic, and 1.5% Eastern Orthodox, which is severely underestimated because the Serbs boycotted the national census, and most of them are Eastern Orthodox. HIVE is set in the period following a great atrocity, the massacre in Kršne Mlade. In March of 1999, the village was attacked by Serbian militia. They were shelled from the foothills, surrounded and shelled. At least 100 men were killed and buried in a mass grave, but many more were missing and unaccounted for, and still are. To give you a sense of what happened that one afternoon in 1999, we have the testimony of a village resident, Kadri Delova. The massacre of Kršne Mlade is still fresh in my mind as though it had only happened yesterday. All these years later, I keep seeing the horror, the violence. Believe me, it looked like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Our village was so much destroyed. Massive killings, rape, stealing women's jewelry. People's throats were slit with knives. This is all part of the history of Kršne. You cannot imagine how a normal human being can do something like this. And unfortunately, given the events unfolding right now, one can imagine events like this happening again. But anyway, I don't want to leave you too much on a sour note. It is in fact a very uplifting film. And when you, if you choose to check out some of the web links that I'm sending you, you'll be able to see that it does have a happy ending of sorts. So a preview of coming attractions on Wednesday, that is 2 weeks minus a day, March 16th, we'll have the Italian film The Unknown Woman, a very dark and strange and convoluted neo-noir with a pretty shocking story. And that'll be here next March 16th. So here again is that QR code. If you choose to, you can take a picture of that with your phone, and it'll take you a page, and it'll take you to a very interesting TV commercial. I won't say anything more about it. It'll be a pleasant surprise. And there is an interview with the director, Basholi, and the actor who portrays the lead character, Gashi. And then a very wonderful interview with Bierta Basholi by Elizabeth Moss. It's very deep, 39 minutes, and you really learn about Elizabeth Moss about as much as you learn about Bierta Basholi. So check it out. Anyway, thank you very much, and enjoy the film.